Hi, everybody. Welcome to this 10-minute hip quickie practice. We have 10 minutes worth of some movements and stretches to do to start to get into the hips. Now, before we start, I do want to say, take it a little easy as you go through this. I know when our hips hurt, we like push for relief, but you can very easily tweak all those little muscles that are working in and around the hips. So especially if you're not warmed up right now, go a little more chill than you might want to, but revisit this practice again and again when you're more warmed up, or maybe after an exercise or movement class, and just see how that feels for you. So that said, we won't be doing any lunging as part of this, partly because it hurts the knees, but also because it would involve getting deeper into the tissues, and you're just not going to be warm enough to do that safely. So we're going to get started standing. We will end seated on the mat. You don't need anything special in terms of props, and you don't even need a yoga mat. If you have room to move, that is plenty. So I'm starting a timer for 10 minutes right now, and meet me standing on your mat. All right, so feet are wide, wider than hips with distance apart, toes out, heels in. Bring your hands to touch at heart center, close your eyes or find a soft gaze just for a moment. Let's take a sec to just feel into this moment. Gently rock your weight forward and backward from your toes to your heels. Feel your feet on the ground and the earth supporting you underneath you. And from this sense of stability from the ground, can you draw energy up your legs, through your hips, up your spine, out through the very top of your head. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Blink your eyes open, send your arms up to the sky. This is star pose. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Next is an exalted twist. Bring your right hand to your hip or to your low back. With your left hand, as you breathe in, swoop it across your body, up and back. Left toes will follow, so your left hip turns in. And from here, this is all with an inhale, reach this arm up and back behind you. You're kind of getting the best of a twist, the best of a back bend, the best of a side bend, and see how in your body you can lengthen this stretch along the front of the left hip. Breathe in here. Exhale, come back to center. Let's take that on the other side. Left hand to your low back, to your waist for support. Inhale, swoop the right arm across, up and back. Right toes turn in to follow. Then from here, take a moment to expand and extend, stretching across the front of the right hip. Breathe in. Breathe out, return to center. Good. Inhale, star pose once more. Exhale, sink down into goddess. Toes out, heels in, hands are at heart center. I invite you to keep rocking side to side. This is a lot for the glutes, for the outer hips, even for the inner thighs. So we're here just for a moment, just checking in with these muscles, saying, what up? We need you. And now bring your hands to your thighs, fingertips point down, breathe in, puff up your chest. And as you exhale, drop your left shoulder, gaze over the right. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop your right shoulder, gaze over the left. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we'll flow 2 times through, matching breath to movement. Breathe in, find star pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Right hand to the hip. Inhale, left arm goes up and back. Exhale, center, nice job. Inhale, lift the right arm forward, up and back. Exhale, center. Inhale, star pose, lengthen. Exhale, goddess, sink low. You can stay like this or bring hands to your thighs. Inhale, puff. Exhale, drop your left shoulder. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the right shoulder. Beautiful. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Last time through. Inhale, star. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift the left arm up and back. Exhale, center, beautiful. Inhale, lift the right arm up and back. Exhale, center, inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Last time you might hold here, building thighs of steel, or hands to your thighs. Inhale, puff up. Exhale, drop the left shoulder. Maybe you can go a little deeper on this last time. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Next, we're going to meet seated on the mat. You can make your way there now. I'm changing camera angles using this very high-tech technology. All right, beautiful. You are seated flat on the ground. Send your feet out in front of you. Bottoms of your feet are on the ground. Arms go back behind you. You can make this like another big chest pop if you're liking this like double action of opening through the chest. But this much engagement is not necessary, but don't let yourself slouch down. So pushing just enough into the hands that there's this like pinprick of light coming out of the heart, like, ah, that's what we're looking for. But this is really about the hips. So take a breath in here. And as you exhale, drop both knees over towards the left. And you're just breathing right here. This might feel like a lot for the right hip. This is the right hip in internal rotation. We don't do this very often. So the discomfort you're feeling is your body figuring out how to arrange itself in this shape for you. So breathe through it. You can come out of it a little if you're feeling pain. You should not be feeling pain. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath here. Keeping the face soft, shoulders away from the ears. Good. Now gently return your knees to center. Breathe in. And as you exhale, drop both knees off towards the right. Left hip moves into internal rotation here. Pay attention to the information your body is sharing with you about how this feels. Notice sensations you feel moving through your body, where they might be connected to. It is really valuable information to learn how the different tensions in our body are all connected to each other. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, off towards the left. We'll just do once more each side. So keep your chest lifted. Keep your whole body soft. And breathe into that right hip. 2 more rounds here. You're doing great. Beautiful. Knees come back to center. Breathing in. Breathing out. Knees go off to the right. Internal rotation for the left hip. Just once more. You have 3 breaths here. And the more you do this, the more accessible it becomes. So if this is not happening for you today, it's okay. Just give it a try another time. Come back to center and release. So you might send your legs long, give them a little wiggle. Our last shape together here, I'm doing so good on time, I'm so proud of myself, is a figure 4 stretch. So this is also known as pigeon without there being pressure on your knees. And so you can do this seated or laying down. I'll show you seated, but I want you to do whatever's going to feel most delicious to you right now. So bring your right ankle on top of your left knee and flex your right toes back towards your shin. This will help protect your knee and help keep this stretch really strong through the outer right hip. And this is it. You might stay right here. The further away your foot is from your body, the less intense this will be. So if you want more, you bring that foot closer to your butt. You could also lay down, that way you can pull your legs towards you. But we're here, we're breathing into the right outer hip. Breathing and stretching. Take 2 more breaths. Good. Now you can stay here for a little extra movement, which kind of combines the windshield wipers we just did with this stretch. You might just see what it's like to find this windshield wiper. So first dropping the right knee towards the ground, keeping the right toes flexed this whole time, and then lifting the leg up and sending the right heel towards the ground. This one might be especially sticky for you. Good. So maybe just sticking with the static stretch, maybe playing with this movement. Again, just gathering information from the body without judgment, without wishing this was happening differently, just being present with what is. Let's do 2 more rounds of breath. All right, finish up your last little round here, and we'll switch out the legs and find this on the other side. So left ankle comes on top of the right knee this time. Flex the left toes back towards your shin. And again, you decide the placement of this right foot. Maybe you're laying down on your back, just fully luxuriating. I love it. I support that. We're breathing deeply here. Stretching the outer left hip. Two more rounds of breath. And just like on the other side, you might stay enjoying this static stretch for a few more breaths, or to add a little more dynamic movement, maybe you send the leg towards the ground. Weird, it's just not happening on this side. And then send the heel towards the earth, just observing, just staying present, staying curious. Good. Finish up one more round of movement if you've taken it. And when you're all done, you can unwind your legs, send them both long, give your legs a little wiggle. And that's all we have time for today. I hope that these couple stretches that we did helped to get some blood pumping, helped warm up some of your muscles and start to loosen up any tension that you're feeling. Like I said at the beginning, come back to this when you're a little more warmed up and just see how it's different for you. Tension and pain in the hips is super related to everything going on above and below the hips. So if you have a tight low back or you have tight quads, see what happens when those muscle groups are a little warmer and looser, and just observe the effect that has on your hips. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really having fun with these 10-minute videos, even though this is, it's almost 12 minutes. Thank you for being here and supporting, listening and watching. I will see you again soon. Goodbye.